But yeah, it was something funny, but we also wanted to introduce him because he has a really cool power metal voice. So you will probably hear more of him in the second album also singing. I think this will add some dynamics to our music.
Everybody, Gordon Titsworth here from Images of Eden, and you are watching the Crash Course YouTube channel with our local homegrown press guy, Trevor Crash Knight, here in York, PA.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Crash Course Metal Show. We got a very special guest here. We got from Italy, Nicoletta from the band Alterium and a couple other projects as well. How are you doing, Nicoletta?
Much for the invitation. It's a real pleasure to be here with you, and I'm doing great. Actually, I'm enjoying the moment because our debut album was released around 1 month ago, and it's really awesome to read all the great feedbacks, and it's really fantastic to finally have our music out.
Good. Yeah, certainly. And that is the new album is Of War and Flames. Like Nicoletta said, it did come out in March of this year. And I have to say, I am a fan. And that is why we brought you onto the show, because we are a fan here at Crash Course Metal Show. And
Thank you.
It's quite for that kind of leads me into the first question here. For fans that are unaware of Nicoletta or Alterium, can you kind of give us a little bit of background on yourself and how you got into Alterium?
Yeah, well, I've been singing for almost my entire life, but I began to sing rock and metal when I was 15, and you probably know me from my previous band, which was Kalidia. And I'm keeping the legacy, so I'm going on producing power metal, which is my favorite metal genre. And so if you don't know what I'm singing, you should probably check out power metal bands. And if you like melodic metal with clean vocals,
right.
Or my music is for you.
Like and, the symphonic metal, a little bit of
that.
that.
Also, yeah. We have also a lot of symphonic elements in our music. So yeah, nothing too operatic, but indeed we have a lot of orchestration, big choirs. So if you are into power metal with this symphonic arrangements, that's this album is for you.
Okay, good. And, yes. I certainly agree. Like the standouts for me are, like Dragging Me to Hell, obviously. It does lead off the album, but I do really like the ballad, or like it's a ballad style of a song, Crystalline. I do really dig that. That's a big plus. And also I believe Firebringer is Yes, I do really enjoy the chorus in that as well. Your vocals really come out in that. In all of the songs, your vocals come out, but specifically in that one, I really take a note on that song. So very, very good. So
thank you.
Of course. And now with Of War and Flames, that this is your debut album from Alterium and from AFM Records. Was there any kind of so since this is your debut and like you said, you did come up from a previous band, how was it? Did you find the bandmates? Like, what was kind of like, how the band formed?
Me, Dario Gozzi, the drummer, and Paolo Campiteri, one of the guitar player, we were in the same previous band, and so we know each other really well, and we also started the songwriting for this album when Alterium wasn't here yet. So we had almost half of the material already done even before we decided to keep doing music together. And at the end of 2022, we decided we wanted to form a new band, and so I call my friend Lucas Calabrin, which is our bass player. We've been friends for so many years, so he's a good musician, but also a good singer, a good songwriter. So it was really a great addition to the band. And also we got in touch with Alessandro Mammola, the other guitar player, and is really fantastic too. He's a great songwriter too, and really a cool guitar hero. So I'm 100% happy with the lineup right now. So everything went really smooth with this debut album. We had some previous song, and it was so fast to write the rest of the album. Actually, we also recorded more songs so we had like 14 songs. So you will hear actually new music from us very soon, because we are releasing some standalone singles between albums. So you can expect something around mid-June. Yeah, there's gonna be a new song coming from us. So there's a very good chemistry between us, and we are really working well together. So I'm really happy about this new band.
Very cool, very cool. And I was gonna ask about that too. So there is a works of a second album then
Yeah.
coming soon. Okay, good. Very
Actually, there's gonna I think the second album probably will be released at the end of the next year, but in between we are going to release more singles that won't be on the second album, just to keep the audience entertained. As a new band, music business is a little bit difficult for us at the moment. As you probably know, things changed a lot in the past years, and right now at the moment, digital platforms are actually pushing more bands that are releasing music constantly. So it's not like in the past that you do one album and then you wait like 1 or 2 years and then you do the other. Nowadays you need to keep on releasing music almost once every 2-3 months to keep the audience entertained. So that's what we're going to do. We will try to keep you entertained between albums, but of course we already started the songwriting of the new album, so don't worry. Everything that we will release in these months is already recorded and written, so it's not stealing time from the second album songwriting.
All right, cool. And that does seem to be the consensus for a lot of new bands. Like you got to keep the fans and just viewers' attention. Like if you go away for 1 or 2 years, like you said, people will just forget about you. And that is certainly a big difference between the decades and just even the past couple years. So
Absolutely, yes.
I agree with that. And so that leads me to another question off the debut album, which now you did doing more of the songwriting for this. Was there a song that was kind of like one of the harder songs for you to write or even bring out into the physical form, or was there one that was like simple like that took maybe an hour for you to do?
Well, actually, what I learned in these years in music is that if one of the song is too difficult to get in the right mood, or it takes me so many takes to get the right idea, maybe it's not that good as a song. So usually if that comes like this, or maybe just 1 or 2 try, that's a good song. And so I will feature in an album. Otherwise it will go in my folders, in my archives, and stay there. So I think it's really important sometimes that you got the right feeling when you are writing something. And if it takes too many tries or too many attempts, maybe it's better to move on and focus on something else. So everything you hear in the debut album, and also that you will hear in the second album, is something that I am 100% sure about. So there's actually there's no difficult song. I already deleted them.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Then everything's flowing pretty smoothly, and like you said, between you and the other band members, it's going very well. The chemistry is pretty good. So,
Absolutely.
do you guys have any festivals coming up, or any US tour dates, or European tour dates? Do you guys kind of, how far are
We are
you reaching
actually,
out here?
we are working on it. We have I think we just announced a new festival in Italy. We have another confirmed already in Netherlands,
Okay.
and we have already some new festivals, but we can't still say much at this point.
Okay.
But of course, we are trying to tour as much as possible. At the moment, we are in touch with some booking agency that is taking care of our booking. It's not that easy because, as I said before, we are a new band, and it's not that easy to bring us, to a promoter. They don't know as much, so it's really not that easy at the moment. But we are trying, and we also hope we are working on something for Europe. So we hope that everything will go on in the fall. For the US, we will really love to come, but still this new band problem, because to require the artist visa, you need to provide a lot of paper to prove that you are a worthy artist. And so at the moment, I don't know if we have the requirements, if we meet the requirements. So of course, this is something that we will love to do as soon as possible. Actually, also taking a look at our Spotify, there's a lot of people listening to us from the US. So, of course, that's in the plans for the future. But I think in this moment, Europe is really easier to do. But of course, if we got the chance, we will come.
Yeah, very understandable. And that you're not the only one that can't get the papers, because like a lot of people that I talk to internationally, they are having the same issue. And yeah, you guys are not the only one, sadly. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it sucks.
absolutely. It's already really difficult for known bands. So yeah, because I have friends in other bands that are touring US regularly. So I know the procedure, and you need to provide a lot of things that we actually don't have because we are a new band.
Right.
Like you need to provide some a certain number of previous contract for from other festivals, but we don't have enough festival
Right.
at
Yeah.
the moment.
Yeah. You
So
need to grow the resume out
yeah,
a little bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. And that's certainly seems to be a lot of people's case, a lot of bands' case here. And
Yeah.
so, of all of the music video singles that you released so far, I believe it's like 5 or 6 of them, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yeah,
since
I think.
2023, that you did, which one was the most fun for you to make?
Well, Crossroads Scene was absolutely.
Okay. That's a good answer. That's a good it looked like it was a blast, like, just in that
Yeah, actually.
medieval type time, your fantasy style of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We tried to recreate this medieval fantasy tavern, and so we had a lot of beers going on, and we actually don't have a proper band playback on that video, so it was just
Okay.
pure fine. We were all dressed with this fantasy costume, and it was really, really, really fun.
It certainly looked like it. Yeah, it was a really cool video, and that's a thing, like, that's a disconnect even in old school music videos and new music videos as well. Like, if the song doesn't have like that connection to the music video, it kind
Yeah,
of loses its power. Not saying that it's still a bad song or anything, but like when the video connects to the actual lyric, the theme of the song, it
exactly.
just adds to the punch of it.
Yeah, also, I think Crossroads Scene is a cool song, but for me, it wasn't actually a top-notch single. Probably I would choose Firebringer instead. But the label, we were talking with the AFM and they said, oh, we should do something cool for the video. And they were totally right, because I think that that kind of video boosted the song really well.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I
as you said,
agree.
it's really important to have this kind of connection between the videos and the lyrics and the topic
Mhm.
of the song.
100%, 100%. And then did you I did see actually today that are you in a side project of Walk in
Yeah.
Darkness? Okay, so I
Yes.
did see that you just released or the band released Mother today.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk a little bit about that at all?
Yeah, Walk in Darkness is my side project. We are doing like gothic metal with some very atmospheric mood. Over there, I'm just a singer, so I don't do any kind of songwriting over there, but I
Okay.
really love this kind of project. It this is something completely different from Alterium, and that's why I think they can still work good together. They are not crashing, not in music, and also it's just a studio project, so it's not
Okay.
also, I don't have any kind of conflict for shows or festivals. So
Okay.
that's really something important. When you have more bands going on, you need to be clear on what you can do and what you can't. So I can still make music with them because they are a studio project.
Okay.
We actually released 4 albums already,
Okay.
and it's an independent band, so we are also producing a lot of music video. So if you like the mood of this atmospheric gothic metal, you need to check out our YouTube channel, because there's a lot of videos from our previous albums.
Mhm.
And nowadays we are working on a series of singles,
Okay.
and that of course will end in the upcoming album, probably next year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we just released a new song called Mother, and it has a very beautiful video, so check it out.
Right, yeah. So yeah, and like you said, it has the atmospheric tone to it. Very,
Yeah,
very much so. I only was able to listen to it twice today, so I can't like speak to it off of my head, but it's certainly atmospheric, some good guitar solo in there in the
yeah,
beginning, and then obviously your voice adds to the atmospherics as well. So very, very cool, very good stuff.
thank you.
And then now kind of going back a little bit to the show type kind of question. I asked this to every band, international band that I interview. What is kind of like the metal scene in Italy? If you can kind
Okay.
of give us a little bit of a glimpse into what Italy looks like.
Actually, at the moment, there are a lot of good power metal bands in Italy, but probably there's not much interest around metal in general. I mean, of course, if you are Iron Maiden, Metallica, or this huge band,
Yeah,
you can do the stadiums and everything else.
right.
But for a smaller band, it's pretty difficult, and I see this a lot, considering I've played around Europe in the past years. We have smaller venues in Italy, and there are very few people attending metal concerts. So that's also why, if you check some bands schedule or tours, they usually skip Italy unless they are big enough
Okay.
to bring people. Yeah, of course, it's a little bit sad,
Right.
and it's really strange, because you if you just go to Germany, everything is completely different.
Okay.
And that's really sad. But anyway,
I agree.
there's a lot of good music. There's a lot of good power metal coming from Italy. So yeah, you
Okay.
can check out. Of course, we are lucky today that it's way easier to check out music online. So yeah.
Right. I agree. And it always kind of blows my mind, like as far as because I was talking to a Swedish band the other day, and they kind of said the same thing as far as the
Really?
scene like it is in Italy.
Okay.
And it's just crazy to me because there's like a hub of all these good bands coming out of these countries, but there's really when they explain to me like their shows and stuff, it's just like, oh, okay, you gotta go somewhere far away to get your following, basically, or a live following, and
Yeah.
that's so crazy to me. It's like you said earlier, it is a different time, it is a different era. A lot of our
Yeah,
stuff is underground, if you will, now.
absolutely. And also, I think this is something that it's happening because there's a lot of compared to the past, there's a lot of more bands right now. So
Right.
there's a lot of shows going on during the same week or the same month, and people don't. Here in Italy, the economical situation is not that good,
Okay.
so probably they don't have much money to go
Right.
to all shows. So when you have so many bands that are playing around Italy, maybe it's not that easy, but I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah. It's certainly, like you said, very competitive time in
Yeah,
metal,
exactly.
as far as bands, how many, and the quality and the quantity of
Yeah,
bands as well.
absolutely.
So yeah. Now I will ask a couple quick questions here. You can kind of like fire like it's kind of like a rapid fire questions. But now,
Okay.
so I heard that you are like a gamer and like a Magic the Gathering player. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I got a couple questions on that front here. Magic the Gathering first, because I used to play. I mean, I still
Okay.
play whenever there's someone to play with, but are you more of a commander and modern style player, or the old school kitchen table, like what they call Magic player?
Well, I used to be an old style player, but
Yep.
at the moment I just play some easy format like the jump start. I don't know if you know that it's really simple because
Yep.
I don't have time and I don't have money to invest to build my proper deck. Or usually once a year with my friends,
Mhm.
we buy a draft box and we do
Okay.
this huge draft tournament
Yes,
between
they're the
us.
most fun. They are the most
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm not competitive at all. I'm a huge fan of black white decks.
Okay, that,
Uh,
that was gonna be the other question. What's your favorite colors? Okay, very cool.
yeah, I have this kind of I don't know why I always love to play black and white mana. Mainly, I remember I had this kind of beautiful deck that was a Johnny mixed with vampires and was
Ah,
crazy. It was really
okay, all
crazy.
right, very
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, so that kind of because like I'm kind of the same deal as you. Like when they introduced the commander. Now this is probably 10 years ago now, which is crazy to think
Yeah.
about. But like 10 years ago, I was like, I I can't get into the commander style of play. It's just like a whole nother game inside
Yeah,
the game, and it's
exactly.
already a crazy strategic game. So like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so but all right. So, but now going over to the gaming side of things, what is one of your favorite games to play, like online or just story mode or whatever?
Well, I'm a huge fan of World of Warcraft, so I
Okay.
really love a role-playing game. At the moment, I'm also playing a lot Baldur's Gate 3. But
Okay.
yeah, fantasy role-playing games are really my thing.
Like a
Uh,
Skyrim as well. You a fan
Also,
of?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Skyrim, also Assassin's Creed stuff.
Okay.
This is something I really love.
Very cool.
And also, I'm also playing a lot Diablo nowadays.
Ooh.
So yeah,
Okay. All right. All right.
that
Yeah.
kind
So
of fantasy setting is really my kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, your cup of tea, certainly. And it certainly comes out in the music, so that's a
Yeah,
win-win
absolutely.
for everyone. But, so, okay, now another quick style question. What is the album or band that made you wanna do music?
Hmm. That's a really tricky question. Actually, I think that I started to get interest into doing original music after I got in touch with Sonata Arctica music for the very first time. I was
Okay.
in high school, and uh, I remember I was listening to Silence album, and I was thinking, okay, this music is really powerful, not only in music, but also with the lyrics.
Mhm.
And I would like to do something like this in music. I was already playing in some cover bands, but
Okay.
uh, I think that Sonata Arctica was my main inspiration to do my own music in that style, because I really loved the way they used to convey emotions and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And then I discover the whole power metal world, and yeah.
Okay, so since you are I'll elaborate a little bit on that. Since you are a power metal fan first and foremost,
Yeah,
obviously Halloween, the band Halloween.
yeah, of
Okay,
course.
so are you a Michael Kiske era fan, or are you an
Yeah,
Andy Dearest fan? More, which one do you
actually,
prefer?
I prefer the songs that were written with Michael Kiske, but I think I like Andy Darius' voice
Yeah.
uh, more. And
Okay.
also I've seen them like 3 times with this Pumpkin
Oh, Pumpkin
United
United.
tour.
Yeah,
And
very cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool, and I still think that Andy is really better live than Michael. I don't know.
Okay.
Probably he used to be very good in the past, Michael, but to keep going with that kind of singing, it's really difficult, and you need
Very.
to train a lot and to maintain your voice a
Mhm.
lot. So
Right.
I don't know. All the 3 times that I saw them, I was more impressed by Andy.
Okay, that's awesome. I have never seen them live, sadly. They
Oh.
haven't come over to. They do come over to the U.S., but obviously they're from Europe, so they're over there more, obviously. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
but yeah, like you said, like when you were in high school, Santa Monica was big for you. Like Halloween was like my shit, like my power metal shit in the high school. So, we certainly have that in common. And but yeah,
Absolutely.
they are like the Godfathers for a reason. So very,
Exactly.
very good stuff. And that kind of reminds me, I wanted to ask another question about your second album here. I think I heard through the grapevine that one of the band members might take over or add some vocal duties for the second album. Is
Yeah.
that true?
Luca Scalabrin, the bass player, he's also a really good singer. We actually posted something on the first,
April Fool's
yeah.
Day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we posted something like I was leaving the band, and I was going to a monastery, and it was taking over the vocal duties. But yeah, it was something funny, but we also wanted to introduce him because he has a really cool power metal voice. So you will probably hear more of him in the second album also singing. I think this will add some dynamics to our music. We didn't have much time to do that for the first album, since I already composed most of it before the band formed, and we also wanted to release something really fast, so it was really a fast work.
Okay.
But now that we have time, we will really like to do something together, also within singing.
So, last question here. What is, or like, what does music do for you? Why do you keep pushing ahead and wanting to keep do this?
Well, I started to listen a lot of music during my high school times. When you have your very first experience with feelings and stuff like that. And so bands like Sonata Arctica, Camelot really did for me. They helped me when I was down, when I felt alone. Music was really my friend during that moment. And also being a metalhead in high school is not that easy. So I'm really happy that I had music, and I felt inspired to do the same for other people, and I hope that my music can help some other people, can cheer them up, can help them understand they are not alone. So I think this is my biggest dream, to help other people with my music. And I'm really enjoying doing music. I really love to do live shows, to get in touch with the people. This is something really special for me. I always try I always go to the merch stand and meet all the fans, because I think I always act like I would love my heroes to act with me. So I think this is really important, and I'm really grateful because we had a fantastic fan base that already show up. Because we did 3 festivals appearance before we even released the album, so that was fun. But we had a really fantastic feedback from the fan base, so that was something really special.
But Nicoletta, this has been great. Thank you very much. Can you tell everyone where they can find you at?
Well, you can find us on every digital streaming platform, or on every social media. Just type Alterium, and I'm pretty sure you will find us. And stay tuned, because we are going to release a new single on June 14th.
All right, sounds good. I will put all of the links to Alterium and Nicoletta down in the description as well.
Thank you.
And yeah, Nicoletta, this has been great. Thank you very much for coming on and telling us the world over in Italy and of the world of Alterium. So this is great.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yep,
It was
no
a
problem.
pleasure.
So guys, leave a like, leave a comment for Nicoletta there. Let us know what you think of Alterium. And until next time, guys, thank you for watching the Crash Course Metal Show. That's Nicoletta. I'm Trevor. And stay out of that collateral damage, and we will see you guys later.
Yeah, I wrote that. It's called I Want to Rock Your Body. And then in parentheses it says to the break of dawn.